Hello, everyone, and welcome back at it again with another episode of Come on now, the Playlist Shuffle podcast. What you thought this was? We have a very special episode, an interpretation episode. I know it's been a while since we've done one of those, but I've been waiting to do this episode for a bit due to what has happened a couple of weeks ago. So, a little backstory before we get into it. I went to a Netflix premiere of this very film that you all see on your screen called Color Book, which is on Netflix. And let me tell you, this film was such a great experience. Great storytelling, by the way, great cinematography, with a very necessary and essential message. Also, everything shot in Atlanta, so shout out to those who are trying to put Atlanta on the map in terms of Hollywood filmmaking. Everything, and I mean everything, was shot in Atlanta. I've only been in Atlanta for almost 5 years now, and I can almost tell where these specific spots are. So it was a great film, a great message, and I got to meet some of the filmmakers who participated or who had something to do to contribute to this film. So shout out to all those. Let's just get down into it and just shout out everybody. Shout out to the director and the writer of this film, David Fortune. Got to meet him in person. Great guy and very talented and artistic mind. Producers Autumn Bailey, Kaya Alexandria Klingman. I got to meet her, also a great person, and Kristen Uno. Executive producers Tyler Edgerton, Tu Lewis, Naturi Naughton, and Korstian Vandiver. Notori, got to meet her. If y'all recognize her name, she's been in some huge projects, including one, most notably Tasha from the show Power. Great person. Um, the stars of this film include William Catlett, Jeremiah Alexander Daniels, Brandy Evis, Terry J. Vaughn, and many more. And of course, the composer Dabney Morris. And by the way, the soundtrack is available on platforms such as Spotify and Apple Music. I'm sure you can listen to it on YouTube as well. So, a brief summary about this film, because I don't want to give any spoilers. This film has been out for a little while, but in all respect, I want to keep y'all a little bit in the dark so that y'all can go watch on Netflix. Like I said, it's available on Netflix right now, so you can go watch it, and please give it a double thumbs up. Netflix has that feature now where you can give it a thumbs up or you can give it a double thumbs up. This film deserves a double thumbs up, so please, if you can, log into your Netflix, go watch it, give it a double thumbs up. This film definitely deserves it. So this film is basically about a devoted single father who has to adjust to life after his wife's passing while raising his son with Down syndrome. They embark on a journey through Metro Atlanta to attend their first baseball game. All right. So yeah, this film was quite heavy, but quite intimate in a way, because it's so relatable. But also, the interesting about this film is the audio and music and how effective it was throughout the entire film. This film did not have a lot of music playing throughout the film. A lot of times, um, when music isn't playing, that also counts as music. Believe it or not, no music is still music. It's still a very um, great storytelling technique in filmmaking. And so this is something that I truly admired and respected for making that choice between a director and the composer. you can just tell that they really want you to pay attention and really feel uh, the emotions with these characters. And as you're seeing on your screen, this film does have a black and white filter on it. So even that, um, I was not expecting that at all. It's still a modern feel, but in black and white filter. So obviously there was some creative direction that went into production and post production. Now, when we talk about the music, when there was music, I've already mentioned that there was no music, and how not having music really puts the viewers into a more intimate, uh, whether uncomfortable or comfortable, of emotions, right? When you're having this journey with these characters, but when the music does play, it's very noir, very classic noir orchestra like feel. Like almost it's one scene with the music playing almost kind of made me remember To Kill a Mockingbird. I remember the last time I watched that movie was like, ooh, back in high school. And it kind of just brought me to that sort of vibe when it came to the music. Like I remember watching this film Color Book and listening to the instrumentation. The clarinets are pretty prominent. It's not a lot of films, especially today, where I hear more clarinet almost more than anything else. But you had clarinet, you had flutes, you had the strings, and you had piano. But me as a former clarinet player, it it really felt so um I want to say I would say vintage, is that's the right word, in terms of films with this black and white filter and this sort of Bernstein-esque composition. I'm thinking to myself, is there a certain time period in this film in Color Book? But it's modern, and obviously there was a creative decision that was made, like I said, for the music and the audio. The music, I can tell they didn't want to do too much, and they couldn't, because at the same time you're having no music playing for these intimate moments. And so like in some scenes you see the father and son, traveling throughout Atlanta, and they're just trying to get through grief, you know, after losing his wife. You have the single father raising a child with Down syndrome and doing the best he can to, I want to say, make life seem more normal, but to move on and to live on and do the things that they want to do. But at the same time, you're trying to get over this grief. Someone close to you just passed, and and the father's doing the best he can to stay strong for his son. And the music truly brings that somber, melancholy type tone and vibe, and in some parts even hopeful. But the music still narrates the story of struggle and mental hardship to get through that grieving period. But the hope is that you still have um, a goal that you're trying to reach, like Like the summary says, they're trying to attend their first baseball game. So you're trying to get through this journey of through hardship in order to reach uh, this environment of fun and excitement. But there's obstacles all along the way, and that's what the music um, truly does a good job in narrating. The music doesn't do too much. It really doesn't. There are tracks on here in the soundtrack that sound similar to each other. Like if you look in the album, the second song you have is Balloon Release. And then you have another track called To the Wrecking Yard. Both tracks truly sound the same. And so, and as I watched this film and I realized just how similar the tracks sound to each other, I can only interpret as these moments of grief, of longing and missing the wife. You know, the single father, William Catlett's character, he's trying so hard to, stay strong for his son. But the son is even feeling the loss as well. And that's the hard part about watching this film. It is so relatable in a way, and with this message of single fathers, but also going through that grief after losing someone. That music does a good job in conveying that message with multiple tracks for different scenes. And then you have another pair of tracks, Walking in Atlanta and The Diner. These two tracks, it has this bright piano that's playing, and these are more of the I put peaceful moments between the father and the son. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil it anything, so I'm not going to get too nitty gritty into the scene descriptions. Some of the titles are pretty explanatory. There's nothing complex about the title names. But again, you have this bright piano playing, and think of the diner. Think of the diner scene, and you picture the father and son. You kind of think about the music that's playing in the background whenever you go to a diner. But with this noir-esque, like how I describe it, this bright piano is playing, so you truly feel some sort of peace in a way. The thing is, though, is that these two tracks, they come in in the different acts of the film. So Walking Atlanta is literally in the first act of the film, while The Diner is in the very last act of the film. And your emotions are different as you watch this film, right? In the beginning, you're feeling down, you're feeling lost, you're feeling this grief that they're going through. And then The Diner, there's actually, it's actually more peaceful. I can't get too nitty gritty with this scene, knowing what I watched beforehand. Before you get to The Diner, I have to leave that up to you guys to watch, so that you understand. Yeah, you understand it on your own. But while you do feel at peace, there are other feelings that you may be feeling during this scene, despite that this bright piano is playing. And you have, the rest of the orchestra that comes into play, but the piano is more prominent in these tracks. So, like I said, this film truly does a great job at its creativity when it comes to tackling the message on multiple fronts of the filmmaking process in multiple departments: the music, the audio, the camera, cinematography, pre-production, production, post-production, all of that to convey this one message as to, well, not one message, but a very essential message about how single fathers, especially in the Black community, can be overlooked in a way. And when it came to the Q&A session, the director, David, he really felt inspired to hone that message in with this film. So the more I heard him talk about it, the more I felt what he wanted to bring out in that script. So thankfully he had talented filmmakers and talented actors, talented musicians, you know, and talented cinematographers, everybody talented, to help bring that message out. And it inspired me to create this episode and dedicate this episode to the filmmakers who worked on this film, but also dedicate this episode to the message as well. So shout out to David, shout out to all the producers, the executive producers, the actors, everybody in pre-production, everybody in production, everybody in post-production. Shout out to Dabney Morris, the composer. Shout out to everybody, and shout out to Jeremiah Alexander Daniels. He was really great in this film, really awesome. You could tell he had great personality in doing this film. Some parts it felt like they were sort of improvising with the laughing moments. It felt pretty natural. It really did. It had everybody else, you know, laughing and feeling for him. He seemed like a great guy. And of course, William Catlett, talented actor. Always love watching his films. And all the actors, all the cast members in this, shout out to everybody. This isn't a long episode, but due to the fact that I didn't want to bring out any spoilers, but I really wanted to do this episode after watching this film at the premiere and then rewatching it on Netflix. Like I told you before, give it a double thumbs up. You have the option to do so, please do it. This film has been on a crazy marketing tour as far as film festivals, having an article on Variety. Okay, I believe New York Times even published an article about this film. So this film has been making some noise, absolutely and rightfully so. Congratulations to Color Book, and more success to this film, and more success to the filmmakers that has worked on this film. And shout out to all the single fathers. We just had Father's Day, I believe a couple weeks ago, just passed by. So shout out to all the fathers out there. Shout out to the single fathers out there who are staying strong and showing up for your children and raising them, doing everything that you can. Hope you all doing well. If anybody asks how you're doing, if anybody hasn't asked how you're doing, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing fantastic. And yes, everybody, so y'all stay blessed out here, and please go watch Color Book. It is available on Netflix. Go listen to the soundtrack. It is available on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, wherever you can find it. Go listen to it. And like I always say, please, please, please don't just listen with your ears. Listen with your mind whenever you're watching films, and you'll have a very open-minded and enlightened experience the next time you watch your next favorite film. This has been the latest episode of the Playlist Shuffle podcast. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Please, 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 if you haven't already, go like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Playlist Shuffle podcast. We also have an Instagram page called the Playlist Shuffle podcast. You can also follow my personal Instagram, jmalley_guy. Follow us on TikTok and also follow us on Twitch. All those platforms, jmalley_guy as well. So please, 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 if you haven't do so, please check out our social media platforms. Give us a follow, give us a like, give us a subscription, and tell a friend to do the same. We truly appreciate it. We want to grow our fan base so that we can spread more enlightenment about how to watch your next favorite film or TV series, hell, even commercials. And we can interpret some more music soundtracks. We have a lineup of films and projects coming up. I'm talking about Vikings, Jurassic Park, Sinners. We got to talk about Sinners pretty soon, and possibly some Marvel stuff. So please, y'all stay tuned. Go watch Coloring Book. Shout out and congratulations to everybody who worked on this thing. Listen with your mind and not just your ears. And y'all stay blessed. This has been your boy Jay Malley, and I'll catch y'all on the flip.